so much drama over there?
Drama for your mama, with your hama, banama,
I always wondered why, like,
banana rama.
why do you leave your drama for your mama? I mean, I've heard that before, but like, why your mama? I mean, what has she done to you?
Because it rhymes.
Oh, well, that's a good reason. It does. I mean, that's a good reason.
And my big bag of Swedish fish.
Oh, nice. Leave your drama for your Swedish fish.
Yes. So, I was driving home the other day.
Oh, yeah.
From out and about. And there was a new wig shop that opened up. And I thought, I don't have any wigs.
I mean,
so I pulled in.
What else are you
thought,
going to do?
I don't have any. So I pulled in and I got a male wig for 25 cents.
Nice.
It was a small price to pay.
Oh, I like it. Oh, yes. My cow. All you furs, you heard it here first.
Yes. And Taebyn, do you know why dinosaurs don't make good pets?
Because they're hiding in trees with the cows?
No, because they're all dead.
Oh, that's even... Yeah, those don't make good pets. That's a good...
No, dead
good
things don't make good pets. They do make good gasoline, though. So.
And I heard that they used to make good wheat bread, too. I don't know, when they were with their little hands or something. I don't know. But speaking of friends...
Yes.
My friend told me about he saw his math teacher walking down the hallway with graph paper in hand, and I told him, well, you better be careful because he's plotting something.
Oh, he is plotting something. Yes,
all right.
Indeed.
And in other news, it's my hubby's birthday next week, and he's been leaving gardening and tool catalogs with like circles around items and stuff all over the house. All these catalogs all over the house. So I bought him a magazine rack. I mean, figure that's going to do it.
That's clearly the hint was, I don't have any place to put all these magazines and catalogs.
That's exactly what the hint was.
Yeah, so.
Good thing I hear music, indeed. I must say.
Yes, the music is playing. Well, hello, hooray, guten tag, aloha, and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Potiverse. I am Barely Normal, your co-host on this magical journey. And with me is that pup of puns, the dog of dilettante, Taebyn. How the fluff are you, Taebyn?
Oh, it worked. It went, hi. I'm back.
Hi.
You're
wouldn't
back,
do the unmute thingy,
and I'm here. Hi, I'm my front and size and everything. Hi. Now I'm really excited, and I really want to know what. Apparently, I'm okay as a dilettante. Is that like one of those, the can girl thingies?
No, a dilettante is somebody that is knowledgeable in something without any formal training.
Oh, and that must mean I know a lot about pickles because I'm a dilettante.
A dilettante, yes. If you were a pickle hobbyist, you would be a dilettante.
But you better not get in a place where too many people are questioning you at the same time, or else you'd definitely be in a pickle. That was stupid.
Yes, you would be in a pickle.
But I'm doing good. Been running around doing this stuff. Things so exciting. And how about you, Mr. Bearly, the important, exciting one that you are? How has your week been?
Oh, it's been actually pretty mellow, knock on wood, because no trips to the hospital, no issues with the parents for right now. So, yeah.
So
there you go.
So
but
wonderful.
Mostly quiet.
I have 5 things to say, which I mean I should have said when you asked me how are you, but I mean I'm going to say them now.
Okay, well say them now. I'm going to eat my Swedish fish.
Okay. They're not. There's something in there, right? I mean, you're eating your Swedish fish, so they're not too sour because they're sweet-ish.
They're sweet-ish, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them over there. I'll eat too many.
I hate it when just like chips. You can never eat just one.
Yes.
But that was not one of the 5 things I was going to say.
Okay.
So one of the first is, so I have this friend that's very generous. He likes giving things and presents and stuff. And he told me that he donated 4 liters of blood today. And And which is like, wow, what? And he said he's never doing that again. And I'm like, why? Because you fainted? But no, he said he's never doing that again because they asked too many questions, like, whose blood is this? Where did you get it from? Why do you have it? Just too many questions, I must say. Yeah,
yes, that would be way too many questions. Yes,
way too. Like, I just wanted to go in there, give him this blood, and go away. I mean, come on.
Here's the donation. Yes.
And then they tried calling the cops on me. Like, what? I'm trying to be helpful here. Okay, so something that really did happen now.
Okay.
So, every now and then I meet up with a group of furs to hang out and stuff. And, there's like a bunch of us where we hang out. The other day, a lot of them couldn't make it. So there were only, I think, one or two. Yeah, there were two of them. So there's a small group of us. And, usually I tell puns and bad jokes and stuff because, that's what I do. I know. Can you believe that?
I can't believe that you actually come up with puns and bad jokes at an event.
I do. And and not only do I come up with them, but I tell them to all these people.
Oh, well,
all these furs.
that's even more bearable on... I deconstructed that word.
You did. You very much did. So anyway, we were talking about something mathy, I think it was. One of them says, that's a biconditional, isn't it? And I said, why? Yes, it is. Because when you really want clean hair, you buy conditional. And that was, and I said that. And I was actually kind of proud of myself.
That's pretty good, I have to say, yes.
Apparently they weren't too as impressed as I was because he said, Taebyn, there's only the two of us. You don't have to do that. Okay, fine. So I told my honey later.
I don't have to do it.
I don't have to do it,
I want to do it.
I want to.
I want to, and I need to do it. I have Witzelschuk. I have to do it.
I actually have to. I actually have this disease. So later that night, I told my honey about this. I told him the joke that I said, and he said, "Did they laugh?" And then I told him what they said, and my honey said, "No." So you were reprimanded, actually. So, yeah. So that was kind of fun. The third thing I have to say is convertal thump.
Convertal thump?
Convertal thump.
Thump. Okay. What's a convertal thump?
It's just an F. You don't have to do the TH. It's easier than that. Just
convertal thump.
Convertal thump.
Convertal thump. Okay, what's a convertal thump?
Obviously very important.
It's very important. That's to get it right. You must get it right.
Especially when you hear what it is. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
I kind of forgot. So
okay.
Here's how it came up. Earlier today, me and my honey he was like, I guess I semi-remember. He was confused about something and he told me this story and then I said, oh, and it left you all convertal thump. And he said, sure, whatever that is. And so that's the story about that. So maybe on next week we'll explore what that really is.
Oh, okay, Forrest.
Okay. Oh, run, florist, run. That's the,
yes, that was the old joke. Yes,
yeah.
Run, florist, run.
So fourth thing, I'm almost done. Fourth thing.
Go forth.
Go forth.
Don't go fifth.
No.
Go forth and drink the fifth.
I plead the fifth, and then I drank it.
Oh man, I drank. Yes.
So there's this country singer he's kind of a country rock singer by the name of Parker McClellan. That's actually his name, Parker McClellan.
Okay.
But he's actually a pretty good singer. And we were listening to, one of his songs the other night, and notable lyrics from one of his songs. I even forget the name of the song. Maybe that should be maybe a pass today. I'll find out what that song is. So I'll make a note. Find the actual song for next time. But the lyrics go, well, the first line of the song goes, I bought myself the biggest bottle in the store.
Okay.
So it's obviously a country song right now already.
Obviously, yes.
And then later in this song, lyrics are, since you poured our love down the drain, I'm just going to sit here and drink. I tell myself that I should stop, but I don't listen to drunks. So those are notable lyrics that I
notable
cool.
lyrics. That's cool. Yeah.
It is.
Cool.
So the fifth thing I want to do is 5 quick puns.
Okay. So it's actually 9 things.
It's actually 9 things. I can't count.
That's right.
About?
So if you have 5 things, but one of them is 5 items,
long,
so that's 5 plus 4 is 9.
Usually 9. I only have 8 little digit thingies on my posy, so maybe that's why I got confused. I couldn't get to the
count
9.
Your toes next time.
Oh yeah, then I could get up to
16.
16.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, we can add.
Yeah.
So, 5 quick puns. A wizard the other week asked me to proofread one of his scrolls. Actually, it was more of a spell check. I haven't sold a single copy of my autobiography. That's the story of my life. I saw an old man fall down a well today. I guess he couldn't see that well. A rainbow doesn't weigh much. It's pretty light. I can't believe someone broke into my house and stole all of my fruit. I am peachless.
Yes. And do you know when a dad joke becomes a dad joke?
No, when does a dad joke become a dad joke?
When it leaves and doesn't come back. Because dads always leave you. They just like, I'm going to the store. I'll be back.
That's like a country song right there.
Right,
Went to the store and I don't
Never
know.
came back. Never looked back. Never looked back. Let's get to the past today, shall we?
Please, we shall.
All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is when we talked about me being the host for Pride a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
There was one of the announcements I had to make. I had to talk about these letters about the LGBTQIAP2S+, which is all the letters that represent the gay and bi, the whole communities like that. So that's the current acceptable, what I call alphabet soup for talking about these groups.
Okay.
And I actually had to look up what 2S was, and 2S is two spirits. That's the Native American that they say they have two spirits, male and female, or female and an animal, or animal and a male, or whatever that is. But now there's a move afoot, not a paw, but a foot.
We did it at the same time.
To change it to GSM.
Let me guess what that would stand for. Greater stereotypes are monoculeus.
Well, that could be. That's even harder, but it stands for gender and sexual minorities, which I think is a whole lot better than LGBTQIAP2S+.
Alpha, Aleph not. Omega.
Alphabetable, yes. All right, and then last week we talked about the prison movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, and I got it totally wrong.
I couldn't remember the other actor's name. It was Bruce Willis, and the movie was called Bandits. And it was released in 2001. It was filmed in October 2000 and February 2000 through February 2001. And it was filmed at the Oregon State Penitentiary and locations around Salem and Silverton.
Oh, around the parts of which you habit.
Yep. And when I was working at the penitentiary at the time, and they had to put movie sets. And one of the scenes was the two escapees broke through the big, huge metal door with a big, huge cement truck.
Oh.
And of course, in reality, it would not have worked because the steel door that opens up in the wall is 6-inch steel.
Oh.
And that door literally weighs 25 tons. So a cement truck would not break through it. So they created a wooden one that looks like the metal door. And that's what they used as the scene to crash the truck through, which is kind of cool.
And I have to say, as soon as you said the cement truck, I got this vision of this, like maybe someone stole a cement truck and then all the cops are like chasing slowly behind because of all the stupid things we've read in the news about
right. Yeah, exactly. So the theme of the movie is the two convicts, one charismatic, Willis, and one a hypochondriac, Billy Bob Thornton, break out of prison and immediately start a bank robbing spree, kidnapping bank managers, spending their night with the families, then going with the managers in the morning to rob the banks.
Well, and I'm confused.
So they would find the bank manager, follow the bank manager home, break into the bank manager's house, basically essentially kidnapping the family and spending the night with the family, and then taking the manager to the bank in the morning so that they could open up the vault and get the money.
I see. I was envisioning before we go break into the bank, let's all have Christmas dinner together, and then we'll wait to next day
pretty
to
much. And actually, the story is based on a true pair of bank robbers that actually did this.
Really?
They didn't break out of prison, but they were two bank robbers that they were called the sleepover bandits. And they would sleep with the managers, and then take them to the morning. And they never hurt anybody. Never hurt anybody. So
really?
It was very strange.
So they were like, what's the word?
Friendly bandits.
Friendly bandits, and there's a word when you like
magnanimous.
No, happy? I mean that is a word.
That is a word. Yes, magnanimous is a word. Yes, you are correct.
Yay!
In the English language, that is a word. Yes.
So
yes,
go with that then. I don't remember the word I was trying to conjure up in my little puppy brain.
All right. So that was the name of the movie. It's actually a pretty good movie. They have a romantic issue. They kidnap a gal, and she falls in love with both of them, and so they wind up with some problems that way with a little love triangle going on.
Do they buy pineapples?
No pineapples.
Oh, okay,
no.
Okay.
They eat some grapes in the scene, but there's no pineapple. Yes, some grapes. Yeah.
Those would be the grapes of
wrath. The grapes of wrath.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to say wrath. I'm trying to say something. I'm trying to make a pun, but it's not working.
It's not working. It's not coming there. And they don't have bearberries. They didn't eat any bearberries because that's the next item on the pass today, which is bearberries, which is actually an actual thing.
Oh, it is.
And it is a favorite food of bears. That's why it's called bearberries.
That's a great reason to call it bearberries.
And they're particularly suited for growing in Arctic and subarctic climates. They can be eaten by humans as well, although they're not. Yeah, climbs. That's another word for climates.
Oh, it is. I thought it is. I thought
nope, that's another word for climates. Hey! You are correct. Yay.
I had no idea. I thought you just misspelled stuff and said climbs. It's like, what's a climb? But no, that's a thing.
Climb is that's a thing.
You earned and
learned. Yes. I've never tasted a bearberry. I've tasted a few bears, but not a bearberry. But now I want to. I want to taste a bearberry. I need to find some.
You really do. I wonder if they have binturong berries.
Probably not.
Probably not. That would be too magnanimous.
Yes, that would be.
Because I never knew my stepladder.
I know. So, wallaby socks. Wallaby socks. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Left shark. Okay.
Left shark. All right. So, you said something last week when you were talking about the alphabets. And
I might have done that.
Yes. We got to the letter M. And you couldn't. One of the things was said, Mr. M can't remember why. Now, that's because he can't remember why, because M stands for mnemonic. And a mnemonic device is a memory device that helps you learn things. So Holmes, Homes, is a mnemonic device for remembering the Great Lakes, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior.
I think that was on the picture. And that's why
that was in the picture, right? Yeah. And then you said he can't remember why, and that's the thing. He wasn't using his memory device. See,
he couldn't remember like WHY.
Right.
Yeah, I totally. Wow, that is mind blown. I thought they were talking about the letter Y.
The letter Y.
I don't even know why they're doing that, but that's. I feel so enlightened. Thank you so much.
You're quite
feel
welcome.
Better now.
You're quite welcome. Now, that's just like remembering the names of the planets. You know, like my very educated mother just served us noodles. And
it's a very useful thing to have noodles too.
Yes. Or PEMDAS, which is the math order, which you should probably know what PEMDAS is.
I remember we talked about this a long time ago. I had this, maybe, no, I did. It was with you. So there was an episode with Bucktown Tiger, and I asked him this, but it was the episode before that I talked about this with you, and that order of operations is very important. And I had a little example that showed that you really need to be careful.
And PEMDAS is the mnemonic for remembering that, which is parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction.
Yes.
That's the order of operations.
Yes.
There you go.
I guess shout out to us. If you first want to hear me talk about the order of operations, go back to
many episods ago.
I can actually find that right now. Hold on.
Or go to Wikipedia and look it up, and you'll find it there.
No, but also listen to me talk about it.
You can look it up while I'm talking about the Ouija board. Okay. We talked about Ouija, and we couldn't decide whether it was Ouija or Ouija. The interweb is split halfway down the middle, 50-50.
Oh, really?
Yep. Many people say it's Ouija. Many people say it's Ouija.
Oh, really?
And it all comes down to how you spell it, whether you put an I after the J or before the J. So, and people spell it interchangeably that way. So that, my friend, is all the things in the past today. Did you find that episode where you talked about femdesk? And what is it?
It is.
It is
season 2, episode 22.
Okay,
so
there you go.
A year ago. Woo!
A year ago. Wow, imagine that. How about that?
Year ago, round and round.
Here we go. Here we go. Loop de loop. Okay. Do you have anything for the past today?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
So 2 things. One is, so March 24th of this year, but still a long time ago, in the chat, Ziggy suggested that I talk about counting to 12 on one hand, and then you count to 12 on both hands. And I had no idea what he was talking about. And then I think later, a few months ago on the show, I also mentioned that, I need to look into this and figure out what he was actually talking about. And then I'd said something about the only thing I could find was how you have 60 bones in your hand or something. I don't know. And I didn't know. But so just today or the other day, Ziggy, thank you, Ziggy, let me know what that was. So now I can actually talk about it.
Okay. And what is it?
So I guess humans have like hands, actually. So I have pawsies. So I can only count to, in this method, I can only count to 9 on one pawsy and 45 with both pawsies. But I guess these human things have 5 fingers anyway. And so if you, like where you have little knuckle thingies on your finger and little joints. And on the palm side of your hand, you have little crease thingies of where you're...
where your fingers bend.
Where you bendy. And so with your thumb, you can count with your thumb the little creases. So like on your first finger, you have 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And then you go to the next finger, and then you have 4, 5, 6.
Right.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 10, 11, 12 on your pinky. Right. So that's how you count to 12 with one hand. And then so you get done with that, you put up one finger on your other hand to say you've gone through once, and you do it again and go 1, 2, 3 on one hand, and then you've gone through twice. So you put up 2 fingers, and so that means you've counted to 24 by that time. So you do it with all 5 fingies, and 5 times 12 is 60, and that's how you do it.
Oh, hooray! Huzzah!
Huzzah!
It's kind of like putting a dot next to the number to the left of it.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that.
We did that. It's kind of like doing that. Yeah,
just do that. It's like, okay, so you could do that, but why? Anyway,
why? Yeah.
Another thing. Oh yeah. So, of course, you remember, and this is in past today because we've done this joke on the show before. You know the patty stack joke, of course.
Right. Yes. Patty whack, patty stack. Yes.
At Patty Stack. And so I found an add-on to that joke that you might actually know. But
really? Okay.
So you well, without telling the whole joke, because I don't know how, I'd have to think about how exactly it would go. But basically, you throw Mick Jagger into the mix. And so when they're arguing about, like, Mick Jagger is trying to help convince the manager that he should get the loan and everything, the frog should get the loan and everything. And so the final line then goes, "That's a knick-knack, Patty Stack. Give that frog a loan. That old man was a Rolling Stone." Which I think is pretty good.
Okay, I like that. I'll have to figure out how that works. Did you make that up yourself, or did you figure? Did somebody else tell you?
Someone mentioned it, or I read it somewhere. I don't know. I didn't hear the full joke. Or I read or whatever. Someone said that you can get Mick Jagger in there somehow. So. Anyway, so that's my past today. Yes. That's all right. Was a Rolling Stone.
What was that? There was a comedian years ago, Andrew Dice Clay. I don't know if you remember him or not. Yeah,
I've heard of him.
Like, he always had what he called nasty nursery rhymes.
Oh,
it's like old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her old dog a bone, but when she bent over, old Rover took over and gave him a bone of his own.
So did she like chicken then?
Yeah, chicken bones.
She got okay. So because the chicken legs are really good. They're my favorite type of fried chicken is the chicken leg. So little old Hubbard person like chicken bones like I do. So that's great. That's great.
Sure. Let's get to That's Just Stupid, shall we? Let's put a pin in this one.
Okay. Speaking of stupid, let's just continue that.
Are you stupid or something?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Exactly. So the first thing on That's Just Stupid, of course, is what the litter box thing, because yes, once again, another politician said that it's taking place in the schools. Folks, it's not. And now, as you pointed out, they have their own wiki page. The litter box has its own wiki page.
Yes, this is true. Every fur. I found this because this is how it came up last week. We talked about how, it's come up again and everything. So I went to, Google and see if there's new YouTube things or whatever. And this was one of the first things that came up. It was this. They have a wiki page devoted to the litter box in schools. So we'll post you can go and find it, but we'll post a link on the BFFT webpage for you. But it's
just dumb.
People.
Come on, people. I mean, it's been in the news, it's been debunked, and yet people still spout it off. And I'm like, how do you in good conscience say things like that when everybody has to know now that it's fake?
Everyone has to know. As I said last week, if they're not even doing it at a furcon, they're definitely not doing it anywhere else.
In a school. That's right. And the next item is cheating chess and cheating fish. Now, you heard about the big chess master controversy recently, I'm sure.
No?
Wow. Okay. Well, there was the chess cheat Hans Niemann, who was is the American grandmaster.
Oh.
He's a young kid, and he's been caught cheating at chess.
Like in person, like tournaments or online stuff?
Well, online stuff, but he said that he's never cheated on an over-the-board match.
Okay.
However, though,
That's
he did admit to cheating on online matches. Yes, it's very questionable now. I mean, if you cheat somewhere, you're going to cheat elsewhere, right?
Well, that's a good...
Yeah. So they're talking about stripping him of his mastership. They're talking about, he's not allowed to participate in any tournaments anymore. So he kind of screwed the pooch on that one. And speaking of cheating, because of cheating fish, 2 fishermen in Ohio have been barred from further competitions for putting lead weights in their catch to try and snag, a $30,000 prize.
Huh.
So they went a little too far, as they've won many competitions in the past consistently, always for the heaviest fish. And fishing takes a lot of luck, and I'm sorry, but you can't be the only 2 fishermen out of hundreds that consistently win.
There's this red flag there.
There's a red flag there. So a red herring.
Red herring.
Yes. Yeah. And so they were caught, so quote unquote, hook, line, and sinker at their last event. Yes. Because they were stuffing lead weights into the fish to get it to weigh more.
They were caught with doing that.
And they were caught because there was suspicion that they were cheating. And so at the judging booth, the judge cut open the fish, and of course all the lead weight spilled out, and bingo, bango, bongo, hey, caught, so,
So if, they should have rested longer and took a nap on that caught instead of being caught.
That's right, being caught. Now, I know that you've sent money electronically to people, because I know that you've sent money to me when we have
this
things.
This is a true thing.
Yes. And there's a little comment box as to what the money is for when you send electronically, right? So you can say, for hotel room, for money, for chow, whatever, for fluff, whatever.
Did I say
or
flush?
For flush.
I meant flush.
You said flush.
I did.
Thank you for flushing. Here's $1. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The janitor appreciates that you flushed.
Yes. So here's the thing, though. That comment box, and anytime you do an electronic transmission of money, that's all captured by the financial institutions.
Oh, really?
So that when you have to file your taxes and you say, I transferred X amount of money or received X amount of money electronically. Yeah. So they see this, and now people that are applying for mortgages, other people think that it's funny to put kind of strange things in the comments, like to pay your pimp or for the drugs I loaned you last night.
But now all the
things like that. Yeah. And so... and it could actually put you into criminal investigations.
I bet it can. I'm not surprised to hear that.
Right. So don't do that, folks. Don't do that at all. In fact, going forward, if you're going to do electronic transfers of money in the comment box, either put Moobarkfluff or Oh My Cow.
There, yes.
Yes.
Oh my. Do it.
Right.
Oh, Yep.
Right.
No, I need this to be a thing that happens.
Okay, another one. And remember several weeks ago, we talked about the lady who said she fell in love with an alien at outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's enhanced her story
the same
now.
one. Okay.
Yes. She's enhanced her story. So you know the little green inflatable alien man that you can buy in the stores?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like that. So now she claims that that is the likeness of the man she fell in love with, and that he is the one that manufactures them in his likeness and distributes them around the world in his spaceship.
And she is the special one that knows and is loved with this.
Yes.
She's a very lucky person, you know that?
Right. I mean, I don't want to alienate you about her, but her brain is like the comments of the cosmos, very full of space. So
I think that there's something to that.
Yes, there's something like that. And finally,
my.
there's a guy.
So much stupid.
I know. There's a guy in Spain. His name is Manel de Agua.
Okay.
And he's a transspeciest.
Transspeciest?
Yes, transspeciest, which means, I guess, that he wants to change species. I don't know.
Okay.
But he's in Barcelona, and he's pushed the limits of what the human body is capable of with the help of modern technology. He has crafted a pair of artificial organs that he has had implanted on either side of his head in order to listen and hear the weather.
The weather.
And he calls them weather fins.
Okay.
And they basically resemble large white seashells, and they're attached above his ears and fastened surgically to the temporal bones in his skull with electronic wires going into the sensory part of his brain.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And now he claims that he can detect changes in temperature. I can do that if it's cold outside and it gets warmer. I've detected the change in temperature. Okay. He says that he can detect the change in humidity. Again, I can do that if it's not humid and then it gets humid. Guess what?
I just
detected the change in humidity. Yeah. Yep. And even atmospheric pressure. Now, I can't detect that, although I can tell you that sometimes when I was injured many years ago and my leg was broken, and I know that when a thunderstorm is happening, my leg aches. So
kind of like how animals can sense that.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. So there's a picture, and I'll put it on the webpage, and it looks like little mercury wings attached to his head. But I have to wonder because it also looks like the danger ganglion from Saru on Discovery.
Yeah, it does.
So I kind of wonder if he can detect danger and death.
Danger,
Yeah.
maybe.
Danger. And that is the news of the stupid.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
That, when you were talking about that reminded me of, I don't know if you remember, because this was a while ago. We talked about, forget his name. I talked about a few people that surgically changed to be a tiger, and there's one that changed to be a lizard or something. I forget.
Yes. Yes.
So I couldn't help but think about that. But yeah, this is actually kind of a step further with the wires implanted.
Yeah, into his brain. Yeah, it's like, okay. And only in Spain or somewhere would they do that. They wouldn't do that here. I mean, if you tried to, it's like, here, I want you to implant these plastic things
into my brain.
into my brain. They would go, no.
Sorry, don't do that.
sorry, we don't do that now. What have you got now?
Well, I have stupid things, a few of which are more stupid than the other. I'll get the two. Okay, I'll just do them.
Easy for you to say.
No, it's not. Okay,
if you think it's chewing gum, but it's not. No. So.
We'll be PC about this. An airhead, okay. An airhead was speeding in a 30 mile.
Hey, why don't you say a college freshman was speeding? A college freshman was speeding. There you go.
No, I guess will that work? Let's try it. We'll see if that actually works.
Well, say it's a community college freshman. There you go.
Okay, now it definitely works.
Definitely works.
So
yes.
A community college freshman was speeding in a 35-mile-per-hour zone when a local police officer pulled her over and walked up to the car. The officer also happened to be a community college freshman. I don't know if this is going to work, but
Okay, well, that works. Yeah.
so we'll try. And she asked for the driver's license. The community college freshman driver searched frantically in her purse for a while and finally said to the policewoman, "What does a driver's license look like?" And a little irritated by this, the community college freshman cop said, "You dummy, it's got your picture on it." So the driver frantically searched her purse again and found a small rectangular mirror down at the bottom. She held it up to her face and said, "Aha, this must be my driver's license," and handed it to the policewoman. The cop looked in the mirror, handed it back to the driver and said, "You're free to go. And if I had known you were a police officer too, we could have avoided all of this."
Wow. Okay.
So that's the news of the community college freshman.
Yes, it is.
So now the actual stupid things. I have two stupid things to say. And these are very, very stupid because they're very, very stupid jokes that I made up this week. One is the difference between plans that you make and tea plants is the tea. Because like how you spell plant.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But they're tea plants. It's kind of like,
okay.
The difference between here and there is the tea. It's stupid. Anyway.
Yes. Okay.
So that was one stupid thing.
Okay.
The other stupid thing is, and this is really, I really shouldn't even do this because this is stupid.
Oh, but please do.
Please do. And I don't even know if I'm going to do it right. You have to do just right or else it's not going to work. And even if you do it just right, it still doesn't work. So I'll try it anyway.
You said doo-doo.
I did. Because I like chicken.
Yes, we're second graders now. Thank you. Thank you. You said doo-doo.
When you go out drinking in Taipei City, you're really out to Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really should. And I should not admit that I made that up, but I did.
Yeah.
So I'll just stop with that now. Let's move on,
Stop
shall
with
we?
that now. Let's
I'm glad
move
you got
on.
it, though. I feel proud of myself that you got it.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Taiwan on.
Taiwan on.
On. Yes. And you have a mailbag and a science note. Yes.
I have all these things.
I know things today.
So a mailbag.
Things are things.
Things are convertible thump.
Convertible. No.
Convertible thump.
Convertible thump.
No, there's no th. It's an f.
Thump.
Convertible thump.
Thump.
Very
yes,
important to get this.
It's an important word. It's an important word that must be remembered henceforth and forever now.
What are we doing on this show? Barely. What is going on?
I don't know, but let's just keep going because we're already committed.
We are committed.
Yeah.
We got to keep going.
And we're going to be committed. They're going to come with us.
We are totally going to. So all you
They're coming to take me away, haha.
Please do not let the authorities listen to this because they will definitely come take us away.
Those men in the white coats and the big net.
The white coats and the big net. Yes.
Yes.
What's that dog running around? Get it.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
So mailbag from Ziggy he sent me a joke and he asked me how many seconds are there in a year because he knows a math puppet, so maybe I know. So he asked me how many seconds there are in the year, and I said I don't know, and he said, well, there's 12. There's January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd. Yes. So that's my mailbag, and
that's your mailbag.
I also have a science fact. Sorta, not really. My honey, we were out outside the other day, and my honey asked the question, how do rhododendrons propagate? And we don't know the answer yet because we haven't researched it, but maybe we'll have him on the show next week to discuss. Yeah, so what are we doing now?
I don't know. We're going to the media section. Since we've gotten so far off the rails.
Wallaby Socks. Media. I never knew my real letter.
Convertible thump. All right. So I watched episode 6 of Samurai Rabbit. I'm up to episode
how's that
6
going
now.
for you?
I like it. I
yes,
like it.
It's good. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep. I watched the latest episode of House of the Dragon.
Nice.
It's very good. Very good.
Yes.
I have to say this latest episode of House of the Dragon was a little slow at first, and it was more character building than
The convertible thumps were starting to multiply.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they were. Let's see. Then I watched there was a Halloween episode of Solar Opposites.
Oh my cow!
Yeah, do you watch Solar Opposites?
I
Have you
don't.
ever watched that?
Have we
You
talked
should-
about this?
I think I've talked about it because I watched it before, so it's on Hulu.
I remember you
Yeah.
talking about it. I think I wrote it down, but I haven't watched it. I'll
Because
write it down again.
one of the voices of the characters is the kid that plays Adam Goldberg.
That's
the
right. We
Goldbergs.
have talked
Yes.
about this. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to
yeah.
write it down to remind myself.
So, yep. Then I watched the latest episode of Family Guy, where they travel they take a road trip to Bend, Oregon, to go to the last remaining Blockbuster video store. So they go to Bend.
We've got to
for
go
that.
to the last remaining blockbuster, and it's in Bend,
Yep.
Oregon.
Yep. And I watched 2 more episodes of the Orville New Horizons. I have to say, this show is outstanding.
It's outstanding in its field.
Out in space. It's outstanding out in space. I'll tell you what, the episodes are getting longer and longer.
Oh,
They are almost feature-length episodes. The last 2 episodes were 90 minutes long each.
wow.
So, but the storyline was so good, and it's amazing. Seth MacFarlane is really hitting his stride with this show. It's way more sci-fi than humor now, and actually, it's got a 100% tomato rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
100%. I didn't know that was even possible.
That's
I think the highest I've
100%.
seen is like 87 or something.
Yep, 100% tomato rating on Rotten
Wow.
Tomatoes. So that
Definitely.
tells you just how good that show is.
I
So,
have this written down and noted too, honey, that we should watch this,
Mm-hmm.
but we haven't got around to it yet. So definitely, we're definitely going to get around to it.
Yep. So,
On tomato.
it'll be interesting for you to watch it because you'll watch episodes or season 1 and 2, and they're made for network television, and they're 40 minutes long, and they're not and they're more focused on the humor and not a lot of graphic and stuff like that.
Sci-fi
But
and
then when
everything.
you hit season 3, you'll say, "Oh, Seth MacFarlane got a blank check."
Oh, oh,
So,
yeah, I see. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
He-
So,
he got
lots of
money
lots
to
of
actually
stuff
do
going
stuff.
on there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been watching and doing. What about you, my furry friend?
Fluff in the fluff. I have, besides that, so let's see, been watching South Park for lunchies because, I finished Samurai Bunny, and so
Mhm.
I haven't really found anything to watch for lunchies, so I've been but it's been really good. I've been watching some episodes that I totally forgot about and haven't seen in a long time, so that's exciting.
Well, maybe you should watch Solar Opposites at lunchies.
Maybe there you go. How long are
Yeah.
those episodes?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, there
Yeah.
you go.
There you go.
We finished Game Boy's Level Up. You might remember
Okay,
talking about that
yes.
last week. It's really, really good. So we finished.
Is it really good?
I'm glad you asked. It is. It is really good.
Good. I'm glad that it's really good.
So
Really?
I'm
I'm glad.
Really. Are you really glad?
I'm really glad that it's really good.
I'm
really.
really glad that finally I found my stepladder.
Yes, so wallaby socks. Yes.
Because now I can change the light bulb.
Convertible thump. Yes. All right.
Oh, left
Oh,
short,
the
come
rails.
save us,
The
please.
rails are so far away.
I can't even see them anymore. Oh my god.
No. Yeah.
But yeah,
Why did I
it's really
meow?
good.
I
And
don't
so there's 13 episodes in the first season, and it's the end. Well, I won't do spoilers, of course, but like the last kind of episode is really good. There is a season 2, so you might remember me saying this was back in season in 2020, so beginning of pandemic. Oh yeah, so any for that didn't listen last week, let me say a few things about it. It's really realistic in that it's pandemic, and I found out recently that they they didn't do and get special contracting to do it in person or anything. It's they filmed it from the different people's houses and stuff, and filmed the Zoom screens and everything.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they didn't just make this up. This is true to life pandemic stuff.
Wow.
Which makes it, and as I mentioned a little bit last week, because of that, there are, for any fur that's lived through the pandemic, there are kind of hard, like emotionally intense.
Because the furs that didn't can't hear our podcast.
What did I say?
You said for any furs that lived through the pandemic.
Oh.
Because any furs that didn't can't listen to our podcast.
Oh my cow. So, hey all you furs, this is BFFT, the darker years. We're just gonna go a little bit morbid now. There's truth to that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so yeah, so there's that. And so congratulations to any of you furs that are listening to this, because that means you made it through the pandemic. Oh my cow, this is so bad. But anyway, there are a few episodes and a few points in some of the episodes that are pretty emotionally intense, because they are hit on some things that might have actually happened to you, and it's kind of sad and all that. But overall, it's a really good show. Anyway,
does it take place in wigwams? Because you said it was intense. He's not. He's just staring at me, ladies and furs. I'm sorry. Witzel shooked.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
What else have you been watching?
I've continued watching Star Trek Discovery, and I actually have a lot of things to say about that, but maybe I'll wait till next week.
Oh, no, please.
No.
I would love to discuss it.
Oh.
I promise I'll behave.
I don't
promise.
Trust you. I don't.
I promise I behave.
Or will you be Bearly?
I'll be Bearly, and I'll behave too. I'll behave myself.
I don't even know what's going on with life. Help. Maybe I actually didn't live through the pandemic, because I don't even know what's going on with life right now. Oh, so we've continued watching Star Trek Discovery. I hear that Left Shark Save Me. So I love that there's a gay couple in it. That's just so awesome. I think last week, we had started watching and we hadn't gotten to, it's early on, so it sounded like you have to wait a long time, but I don't think we got to that episode yet. And so it's very, very cool. I love that there's like an openly, it's not like, all this, of course, but it's not like there was a coming out story or anything. It's just like, no, it's just there.
Yeah.
And they're main characters too. It's not just like a side story.
Right.
So Lieutenant Commander Paul Stimus, he is very smart. He's what does he do?
He's the spore drive engineer.
Right. He's the main, right. So
he's not the main, he's not the chief engineer. He's just the spore drive engineer.
But it's like a big part.
Big thing. Yes.
Like what Discovery needs. And his boyfriend on the show is Dr. Hugh Culber, which the actor is Wilson Cruz, who I recognize from things. Now, I looked on his IMDb to try and remind me what I've seen him in, and I think I recognize one thing, but what are the notable things I know him from?
I don't know. I didn't recognize him from anything.
Oh, okay. It's some. Yeah. I know him from something. I've seen him on something. Yeah. And you may know this too, but really, really cool. Lieutenant Commander Paul Stamos, his real name is Anthony Rapp, and he's gay in real life.
Yes.
And so actually is Wilson Cruz is also gay in real life.
Yes. Yes.
Now they are so Anthony Rapp is actually engaged, but not to Wilson Cruz.
Right.
He's engaged to Ken Ithifol.
Okay.
And they've actually been together since 2016. They got engaged in 20. I know, this is so cool. This is very cool. Very openly gay activist and everything. They got engaged in 2019. As of April of this year, they haven't announced a wedding date, so I don't know if they have now or not, but they're still engaged. And I thought that was very, very, very cool. And on a recent episode we watched, well, of course, no spoiler alert for any that hasn't seen it yet, but Stamos does a thing that is very, very dangerous. And, he says to the doctor, his boyfriend, I love you, blah, blah. And he says it back. And it's kind of a touching, romantic scene. And it's very cool. Anyway, I thought that was all very, very cool. So
Mhm.
I found out that court hearings have actually started today. So this isn't on the show. This is in real life. It has started just today. So this is October. So this is a week ago from the recording of this. I mean,
Okay.
from when
Yes.
this comes out. Anyway, let me just read the article, a little bit of the article. Attorneys for actors Kevin Spacey and
Mhm.
Anthony Rapp delivered
Mhm.
their opening statements today, kicking off the court proceedings relating to a civil suit filed by Anthony Rapp that accuses Kevin Spacey of misconduct. Anthony Rapp, which is known in his role for Star Trek, which, by the way, he's also known to like lots of other things. Like I looked at his IMDb, he's got lots of stuff. Now, I'll actually talk about that in a second, too. So Anthony sued Kevin Spacey in 2020 for assault, battery, and intentionally inflicting emotional distress. In 2017, Rapp alleged publicly for the first time that in 1986, Kevin Spacey made an advance towards him when Anthony was only 14, and they, at that time, were both performing in Broadway shows.
Mhm.
And so apparently now, finally, court hearings are taking place. And I think we've kind of talked about this on the show. Kevin Spacey was fired from the last season of House of Cards, and apparently it's because of this. And I didn't know that at the time, but you knew all this, so I'm not telling you anything you didn't know. But there it is. But Anthony has been in many other things. He like in Rent, the musical, and he also was Daryl in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, but
Yep.
you all already knew this. So
I knew all of this. Yes.
see, I knew I shouldn't have said any of this. Anyway,
Well, no, you should have said it because I know it, but I'm one of 10 people that listen to our podcast. So the other 9 may not have known
the
this.
other 9 might not.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when we had one?
One. That's right. Just one.
Just one.
The one listener.
And another media I've been doing and I've been watching, but a new game I started last week.
Ah.
It's called Bloons. Bloons. And
Okay.
it's actually Bloons 6. It's like there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I started 6. And it's a tower defense game, and I like tower defense games a lot. And which I've talked about on the show before. And it's basically like balloons are invading the monkey like village.
Okay. They're balloons in the
They
monkey
are. They're
village.
actually balloons that float along, and you've
Okay.
got different levels and different types of balloons, and they go along a little path like a typical tower defense game, and you've got a whole bunch of different types of monkeys. You've got a ninja monkey, you've got an alchemist monkey, you've got a super monkey, you've got all these and you place them in strategically, and you level them up, and the monkeys like pop the balloons, and you've got to pop all the balloons before they like invade the monkey village. And it's actually a really cute game, and it's very popular. Popular.
Yeah.
You see what I did
Popular.
there? I didn't even mean
Yes.
to do that.
Populate those balloons.
But like it's a very popular game. Like they've got like big. I don't know if they have tournaments per se, but that you can go head to head with another. It's just like very. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I've been doing that. And that's my media for the week. Wigwam.
Let's get to this or that, shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
Mute
All
or
right.
unmute.
3001 this or that's. And we are up to number 135.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. So, would you rather be a world famous magician, but none of your magic is real, or a small town magician and all of your magic? Wait a minute. What did I say? World famous magician, but none is real, or a small town magician and all is real?
All. Well, I'd rather be. I don't want to go to Pakistan, so I guess I want all is real.
All is real. Oh, right.
That was stupid. That was stupid. All you furs barely had much better things earlier with the wigwam and the dying and stuff. So
Okay. Would you rather only be able to write in red ink or never be able to use pens again?
what kind of what?
That's just dumb. Okay. But give me your answer. Red ink or no
I'll
pens?
go with red.
Okay. Would you prefer perpetual summer or perpetual winter?
I would prefer perpetual. That's a tough one, actually. Well, neither one could be very good because they're all dead.
That's true.
Perpetuals.
Perpetuals, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Dinosaurs and stuff. I guess I'll go with perpetual summer.
I would go with summer too, because then I can go outside with nothing on. Or in the wintertime, you have to put things on.
It's very cold out.
Yes. In the summertime, it's very warm, so you can lounge around in au natural or in the buff, as they say.
Buffing the car with
Buffing
Buffy
the
the
car.
vampire who likes to use her stepladder to change the light bulb.
Yes. Okay. Would you rather only speak in Shakespearean language
I'm so
or
sorry.
or never speak at all?
I'm on the Shakespearean. I know.
Forsooth, thou sayest, thou shalt speaketh Shakespeareanish.
My Shakespeareanist is puppeth with the vine tree of the soul that has forsooth, and the Romeo has gone to the Hamlet grave.
The Hammett grave, yes. Okay, well, speaking of speaking, would you rather speak in tongues or speak Latin? What?
I don't know. Speaking in tongues sounds pretty disgusting. Like, how do you even get in there?
Yes, it's like it's a
I'll go with the Latin.
Latin.
Latin for 400,
Okay.
please, Alex.
Latin for 400. All right. Those were dumb.
They're very... Just like this whole show, it's just...
This episode's going to go down in the annals of history as
It's the dumb ones.
it's one of the dumbest ones. Yes, that's what I say.
Oh my cow.
All right. Well, that brings us up to furries in the news.
Speaking of dumb and stupid things,
Yes.
he's getting ready. Are you ready? He's getting ready. Okay,
I'm taking my headphones off. Yes.
okay, here we are. We go right now. He's
It's going to have a coronary.
I don't know what's happening. I was just saying, they're in the news.
Bark, bark. Okay.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I have a question for you. You've got a Costco membership, I'm assuming. You and your hubby have a Costco membership.
No, we don't.
You don't?
We don't.
Okay, we have an Amazon Prime membership then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you probably got in the mail just this week the Amazon toy catalog for Christmas.
We did not. I feel left out.
Oh, you'll probably get it soon. It's very furry centric.
Oh.
I have to say, there is one of the things that there's a story about the biggest bear hug.
Oh, cute.
See, and it's got a little bear on it.
Oh, it does?
It's kind of cute. Yep.
Yes.
And there's a place to get. There's little furry stickers with foxes and bears.
Nice. Very nice.
And then there's a section in here for you to make a furry face, and you can cut out a fox and a bear and a raccoon.
That's a very fun catalog. Kitty log they got there.
A raccoon. Yep. It was I thought it was pretty cute. It's like,
That's
wow.
very cute.
You know, because they don't send the Sears catalog out anymore because, well, Sears isn't around anymore. So I remember as a kid getting the Sears catalog.
How did you read my mind? I have a thing to say about that, but I'll let you say.
Well, I was just saying because the catalog, this is Amazon's brilliant to put this out because kids don't get on to shop online. But if they get a magazine that they can put in your rack that has all the toys and stuff, then they can circle the stuff and leave it laying around so mom and dad can put it in the magazine rack
for them.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. It's like, But
those kids need to be more organized. They need to clean up. We'll buy them a magazine.
right. So that's all I have for Furries in the News is just that. Do you have any news items?
So the only thing I have is that so I read that in the notes there. So I searched for Amazon Christmas toy catalog because I didn't know what that was. And one of the top results was the 1945 Sears Christmas book from 2021. And so I want to read about that.
Okay, well, let's hear about the Sears toy catalog.
So this is 2021. This is the toy catalog Christmas book about it. It's an homage to.
Oh, okay, an homage.
An homage.
So to speak. Yes.
And the thing goes, the much anticipated arrival of the Sears gift catalog in American homes marked the start of the holiday season during the mid-20th century. This facsimile of, that is the book they're doing, this facsimile of the Sears, Roebuck and Company 1945's Christmas edition offers a nostalgic look back at consumer goods from the era, from dolls and toy trains to housewares, clothing, furniture, candy, and a selection of gifts for the men and women just coming home from fighting in World War II. Also reproduced here is an insightful and spiritual poem called Christmas Peace, which the Sears marketing director included in the original mailing to commemorate the end of the war.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I remember getting the Christmas catalog, and it was always like it was probably 4 to 5 inches thick.
Oh, like those old telephone book things they used to have?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
really?
yeah. It was amazing. And you'd spend hours going through and circling toys that you wanted for Christmas.
Did they have, I assume they had you could go to the blue section, was the toy section, or if you wanted gardening tools, you could go to the gardening tool section.
Well, yeah, their main catalog had all that, but the Christmas wish book came out, and it was just like Christmas clothes and Christmas toys and all sorts of stuff like that. And they put that out. Yeah. So it was very much Christmassy. And when my parents were in their younger days, they belonged to an organization, and they would hold dances and gatherings and things like that. And my mom was always, I think I talked about this before, my mom and dad were often in the decorating committee. Mm-hmm. And so months before the Christmas dance, Mom would have decorating parties where they would make centerpieces for the tables. Oh, okay. And all of us kids had to go there and help, and they would take the old Sears catalogs. Oh. If you take a magazine and you fold all the top page down to make it like a triangle. Okay. And you do that to every page in the book. Yeah. And then circle it around, you get a little Christmassy tree type thing. Oh, wow. Because it's big enough you can do that. Yeah, and then you would tape it together, and then we would give it to Dad, and he would spray paint them gold or yellow or green or something like that. So it was but yeah, hundreds of those I've made. Oh my God! You're anyway, done with that. Oh yeah. All right, upcoming events. So going on this weekend, as this episode drops, we have the Arizona Furcon 2022 in Mesa Convention Center, Mesa, Arizona. Coming up next weekend, October 20th through the 23rd. Is Conferrer 2022 in the Fiesta Americana Guadalajara in Guadalajara, Mexico. The same weekend, happening in Durham, North Carolina, we've talked about Durham before, is Bewhiskered 2022, October 21st through the 23rd at the Marriott Raleigh Durham Research Triangle Park in Durham, North Carolina. The weekend after that, October 27th through the 30th, we have several events going on. You have the Furpocalypse 2022 at the Armon Hotel and Conference Center in Stamford, Connecticut. That's Stamford, not Stanford, Connecticut. You also have Get Out the Float in Seaside, Oregon the same weekend, October 27th through the 30th. And the 29th through the November 1st in the Tremblay-en-France at the Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport Hilton is Furry Blacklight 2022. And those are the upcoming events for the next few weeks. And with that, Here's some nice, beautiful music for your intermission pleasure.
Hi.
Hi, and now Taebyn, do you have some math for us this week?
Oh, I see. Hi. I
Hi.
like how you did that.
Mhm.
I do. It's a pretty short one, basically. This is
Okay.
about some. I don't think I've talked about this before. It's about Hilbert's infinite room paradox. Dun dun dun.
You have not talked about this before because
Okay.
I would have made jokes about the name.
I'm sure you would. And you do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really so much of a paradox as a kind of thought experiment type thing.
Ooh, thought experiment.
So David Hilbert was a German mathematician and very smart. Lots of things named after him. There's like Hilbert's 10 problems that are unsolved, and it's anyway, really smart guy.
Does he have ice cream named after him?
Hilbert. I'm having trouble.
I'm just wondering. You said he had lots of things named after him, so I'm just wondering if there was ice cream.
If there, I don't know. I don't think he even has pineapples named after him. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Would you like a Hilbert pineapple? But actually, he was a friend of Albert Einstein. The infinite room paradox is he came up with this to try and challenge our minds with what infinity actually is and stuff, or help us understand. So
Okay.
it goes like this. So you have a big hotel that has infinitely many rooms. So that's a pretty big hotel.
Okay.
And
That's a big hotel.
there are infinitely many guests staying in those infinitely many rooms.
Okay.
And so he asks, so what happens if someone new comes along that wants a place to stay? Where do they go? There's infinitely many rooms and they've got all these infinitely many people in it. Well, the answer, he says, is to just make each guest shift along one room. So, for example, the guest in room 1 moves to room 2 and so on. And so that opens up a room for the new guest to do. And they can all do that because it's infinity. So it goes on forever. And so not only would now the new guest have a place to stay, but also the guest book would have an infinite number of complaints because people all had to move. But...
Why, yes, they would. Yes.
Okay, so then what about this big bus that contains an infinite number of new guests pulls up? So now how can you accommodate infinitely more guests? And so Hilbert says you free up an infinite number of rooms by having all the guests that are already there move to the room number which is double their current one.
Okay.
And so that means that all the current guests now are in even room numbers because you double any number, you get an even number. And so that means all of the odd number rooms are now open. So that gives you infinitely many rooms for the new guest to go into. And of course, this move is easy for the guest in room 1. He just has to move next door. But say the guest in room 8,600,597, he's got a long way he's not going to be very happy.
True.
But so that's how you do it. And that's what Hilbert's infinite room paradox is. And actually, this has fascinated mathematicians and physicists, philosophers, and even theologians for many, many years. And there's been, like offshoots and other types of puzzles surrounding it. And, it's been actually a very useful thing to promote mathematics and things. But there is one thing that these mathematicians, physicists, and everything, they all agree on about this is that they all agree you need to get down early for breakfast. And that's my math for the week.
Yes, you have to get down early for breakfast, or you will miss
a lot.
You will miss that batter to make your instant pancakes and or waffles.
Exactly.
So, have you ever been in a hotel that has a little pancake maker?
I have seen that. Yeah, I've never used one, but I've seen them. Yes.
Well, they've had the waffle maker. You've seen that one.
Oh, pancake maker. I don't know if I've seen that.
So it's like a little conveyor belt, and it's got you push the button and it blops off a little pancake into the conveyor belt, which is a frying pan basically, and it goes through the oven like an easy bake oven, and it comes out a pancake at the other end.
Oh, that's so cute. I have not seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Kind of fun. Well, Taebyn, the end is nigh. Yes,
it better be nigh.
Then the end of our show is nigh. It's nigh. Why nigh?
Why nigh?
Not no I. I don't know. I tried to make a rhyme.
Okay, so let's go with that.
No, not I.
No, not I. So I will eat the pie.
And I'll give it a try.
While I try to live through the pandemic and not die.
And not die. Oh, no. Oh. Well.
Better stop there.
We better stop there. We had a great time learning and listening and laughing. We learned some stuff. We earned some stuff. We probably alienated some people.
Oh, I think I alienated like us.
Us, yes. It's like, we hope that we can see every one of you at a con someday. So until next time, I say Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Taebyn, please bid us adieu and adieu to our listeners.
Adieu is something you see on a nice spring morning on leaves.
Yes, or the grass.
In the mountain, you drink that pop. That's Mountain Dew. I don't know. Okay, I will stop there and say thank you, all you furs, for listening. If you're still listening, wow, if you're still listening to what
this
even
episode
happened, I don't even know.
You don't even know what happened.
Oh my cow. Anyway, there was
about 90 minutes happened. That's what happened.
And that's 90 minutes we will never get back.
That's right.
All you furs, you might get like part of it back because you stopped listening and you're not listening anymore. But we were stuck with it, so here we are. But thank you so much. We appreciate it so much. We hope you learned stuff. There was some really interesting, useful information here on the show, and that's great. And so thank you. I think I haven't done this. Why don't I thank you? I should thank you all the time, Mr. Bearly, for having me on the show and participating in this endeavor that we do. It's amazing of you, so thank you. And
well, you're welcome. It's amazing of you. It wouldn't be much of a show without you.
That would be interesting to hear you just like talk and pretend I'm talking, but I'm not there and you're around. Yeah, that would be good. And then you start talking about wigwams and left ladders.
Left sharks, left ladders.
Anyway, I'm supposed to be saying goodbye. So I will just say we appreciate you so much. We can't wait to, as Bearly said, see you at the con. But until next week, we can bark at ya. And so I say, Moobarkfluff, bark, bark.
Bearly Furcasting is an Injured Nerve studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms or can be heard directly at bearlyfurcasting.com. The opinions expressed here are those of the hosts and their guests, and no commercial compensation was granted. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Bearly Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Bearly and our associate editor Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme music, as well as some interstitial music, was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Reg Day with Damian Tanuki. If you would like to hear more music by Reg Day, you can search for Tweezerbeak on Bandcamp or Hoop Loop Tunes on SoundCloud. Other interstitial and background music by Shane Ivers through silvermansound.com, Gator Tots on soundcloud.com, and the YouTube Free is Library. Social media presences is maintained by Ziggy the Mean Weasel. Transformation Station is written and directed by Lux Operon with Rain Raccoon and is edited by Rain Raccoon. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at bearlyfurcasting@gmail.com or on our Telegram chat at BFFTchat, on Twitter, on our Facebook page, or on the bearlyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at ko-fi.com/bearlyfurcasting or through Patreon at patreon.com/bearlyfurcasting. Thanks for listening. We hope you come back and listen next week.